Hi, hello, and welcome back, friends, to No Static at All, the podcast where we talk about the best music you haven't heard yet. I'm your host, Ian Compton, and we got a real interesting episode for you today. I'm going to be talking about new releases from Snakeskin Trace Mountains, and we're going to talk about the new Punch Drunk Tagalongs album, Hazy, out today. And we got a nice little interview I had with them last week. So enjoy the episode, and let's start the show.
No static. No static. No static. No static at all.
So did everybody have a nice weekend, a nice Easter or April Fool's? I did, actually. Here in the Pittsburgh area, it was nice and sunny on Sunday. I drove around the surrounding landscapes with Laurel. I went to her family's Easter, my family's, and then ended it with coloring eggs with friends. Ate a lot of good food, enjoyed sunshine, and it was a really nice day. I got a picture with an Easter bunny. And now every time I look at that picture, I think, do the people in the Easter bunny costumes know they're as creepy looking as they are? You know what I mean? Like back in the day, like the old creepy Easter bunny pictures, like they probably didn't know. Or if they did, it's really demented. But like today, like we all are in like agreement that the Easter bunnies are pretty creepy. You know, Santa Claus, that's an old dude with a white beard. You know, maybe a young fat dude with a fake beard. So that's not as creepy. But like an Easter bunny is just dead eyes and creepy smile and the white fur and the pinks and yellows. But there's a little cuteness to it. There's a reason we keep it going. I don't know. There's a reason why we do all this shit, I guess. I don't know. Chocolate. I didn't get any chocolate, I just realized. Gosh darn it. 25. No one gets you chocolate at 25. I've been really stuck on my age lately. Yeah, I did just have my birthday, but I'm really feeling life lately. And I'm not complaining. I used to complain. I used to be depressed stuff. I'm trying not to complain. I'm just feeling it. You know, life's stressful. Your car always has problems. You know, jobs are stressful, and trying to, you know, balance out your life and do all the things and to take care of yourself, need vitamins. Like, damn. It's kind of difficult. But I'm making do. I'm just realizing that, wow, I am an adult, and it's time to gather my rosebuds and get my shit together. But thank goodness there's music to help get us through the mundane crap show that life can be sometimes. But not all the time. It is important to go outside and look at the sunshine and smell those roses. But it can be boring, and it can be hard to get through, so we have music. And let's talk about some new releases. On February 16th, Snakeskin released their debut album, Hangnail, off of State Champion Records, based out of New Jersey. Snakeskin is based out of New York, and it is the recording project of Shayna Pauley, also known as Snake. These songs are songs that she wrote in high school during 2010 and 2014, and they're reshaped and given the full band studio treatment for this album. The album itself is a cool mix of indie rock, noise rock, power pop, and shoegaze. There's real nice fuzzed out guitars, squealing guitar solos. They definitely are into their pedals. The drums are pounding and the bass is driving, and throughout all the chaos and noise, Shayna's vocals are a nice, just constant. They never get too crazy, they never get too mellow. They're just that nice constant. She has a great voice, and she's a good songwriter. These songs are real catchy and real fuzzy, and I like all of it. Don't just take my word for it. Check out the first single that was released for the album, Seas. It's a real nice, fuzzy, power pop shoegaze, so it has all those mixes in it, and it's real cool. Check it out.
Sending static motion formed in my gums to my teeth. This is my communion. The Bible failed me. The kitchen door is open, and I can tell by the way you move around as if someone.
If you like that song and you want to hear another one, check out Calories. It's kind of a darker song, kind of has like a rumbly tom drum beat in the verses and then just blows up in the chorus. Check it out. If you liked what you heard, go follow them online, like Snakeskin on Facebook, go buy the album on Bandcamp, and make sure to make it out to a show if they're ever in your area. New York friends, they'll be playing Alphaville on Sunday, April 22nd with Crazy Pills, Drug Pizza, and Virginia and the Wolves. That show starts at 8 p.m. And on April 28th, starting at 7:30, they'll be playing one of the last shows at Silent Barn in Bushwick. Rest in peace, Silent Barn. What a great venue. They'll be playing with Big Eyes, Concussion, Psychic Judge, and Pearl. Both shows are only $10, and you should definitely make it out. Now, I have another New York project to talk about, and that is Trace Mountains, the recording project of Dave Benton from Level Up and Yours Are the Only Ears. I mean, it is a solo project, but this album has a whole cast of people on it. The album is called A Partner to Lean On, and it is old recordings redone again, just like the Snakeskin album. But this time, we're dealing with a more like electronic, indie pop, lo-fi kind of sound. You know, in the same vein as Alex G, programmed drums, lo-fi acoustic guitars, auto-tuned vocals. The song Carrie's Dream even is like a character study, much like Alex G would do. Take a listen.
Help makes its way out from the bottom of her belly, bleeding everything and every wall in the house. Carrie hears with openness and faith from so many years that he is here.
And if you like that song, listen to the third track, Turn Twice. Has nice synths, again, programmed drums, really dives into the auto-tune I was talking about, and has such a great first line, like, shit, I'm tired, turn me around. Take a listen.
Shit, I'm tired, so turn me around. Can't sleep, worth the shiny nickel if I had one. And I know, I don't know where I'm going. Guess
Well, it looks like Trace Mountains is on tour right now, so if you're in any of the cities that they're going to, you should definitely check them out. But tonight in Washington, D.C., they'll be playing, and then in Philadelphia tomorrow, and then onward to Mass, and then to Canada. And you can find all this on Facebook or their website, and definitely go like them on there, and follow them, and go buy the album on Bandcamp. Go to a show, buy a shirt, buy a physical album. It's really awesome. I really like what Dan's doing. Trace Mountains is a great name. The album cover with the black and white sheep are awesome, and I love the whole lo-fi electronic vibe going on. And now we're going to jump a few states over to the Midwest, to Cleveland, Ohio, to talk about Punch Drunk Tagalongs' new album, Hazy. Released today on Sun Pedal Recordings, it's a nice mix of 90s grunge, indie rock, and psychedelic rock. Just don't take my word for it, let's listen to Blues and Greens. A nice mix of everything I just talked about, and a good starting off point. You really get it all in that one, don't you? You get Will's in the pocket drumming, Alex's driving bass, Caleb's just soaring guitar leads and just textured tones, and Alicia's just fucking rocking, growling vocals. She's a hell of a front woman. You gotta see him live. And Caleb is just so, cool to see him dance around his pedal board. It's very, very, very fun to watch live. I mean, again, don't just take my word for it. Listen to the song Nervous Breakdown. Man, that song rips, but they're not just rocking and rolling, they're also can mellow out and make some nice breezy songs. Take for example the song Alice. It's just so nice and catchy. A lot of people might know this one already because it was on a demo they had before the album, But it's one of my favorite tracks off the album, and I just love just the light little drum roll and right into the nice, pretty guitar tones. Take a listen.
Feeling overexposed. Nothing is ever disclosed. Can't think right now. I am too busy beating the cash cow.
Man, this album has a little bit for everyone, and I'm really excited to see where these guys go. They're definitely gonna blow up. They got everything going for them, and they're so nice. It's so cool to like know people that are so talented, but yet are still just kind and friendly, and some of the best human beings I've met in the last couple years. I mean, Caleb washed my dishes after I made them breakfast when they stayed. How cool is that? I love when people do my dishes. But yeah, they stayed with me and Laurel last week after their show in Pittsburgh, and the next day I sat down and had a conversation with them about touring nicknames, the new album, recording that, and I own up to the time I puked blood in their apartment over last Christmas, which isn't as big of a deal as it sounds. I don't drink much alcohol very often, and I puked a little too much, and I tore some stuff, and that's already too much information, and I really should stop talking about all the puke. But anyway, this is the interview I did with Punch Drunk Tagalongs, and I really hope you love it, because I love them and their new album Hazy. But enough of my talking, let's listen to the interview.
Where do we go from here? What do we do since here? Mine went away.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my living room.
Hi.
Well, you've been here for a little bit, but context for the listener. Welcome to the living room. Can we start out by introducing ourselves? I'm sitting with Punch Drunk Tagalongs from Cleveland.
My name is Caleb, and I play guitar.
My name's Alisha. I play guitar as well, and I sing.
My name is Alex, and I play bass.
I'm Wesley and I play drums.
And together, you rock.
Yeah, we think so. Maybe I don't know.
No, not at all.
We try to rock out. So
If last night proved anything, rock and roll is not dead. Punch Drunk Tagalongs and Pro Video are alive.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
riffs are real,
Pro Video was insane last night. They're so good.
right? Good friends of mine. Just hiding in a basement until yesterday, so it was nice to see them play. But was this the first time you played in Pittsburgh, or how many times have you? I've seen you twice now in Pittsburgh. I don't know if that was.
This is gotta be like fourth or fifth.
Fourth of it,
actually.
just because we usually play Art All Night in Lawrenceville.
That's how everybody
So
met you.
that's
Yeah.
we were just talking about last night. We're like, oh, we've actually known you for like 2 years now, and it's crazy. But yeah, I think maybe 4 or 5 times. It's hard to keep track, but we love it every time we come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a good vibe.
Yeah,
You do
I like
right.
Pittsburgh a lot.
I like Pittsburgh too. I like
Yeah.
to see everyone else has good experiences. You never know. Yinzers, we can be a little weird sometimes. We might stare a little too much and not wave. That's what happens in Butler. You watch. When you leave Butler and I watch if people wave or just stare at you.
Oh, Alicia does that too.
What? I don't wave?
No, you like to see if people are like waving.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
She does
so,
it on trails a lot. When you're
Yes.
hiking and you cross someone and you say hi. And then certain people don't say hi back.
Yeah, that's a
she's like-
Cleveland
and she'd be
Metro
like-
Parks thing.
Like, they didn't say hi to me.
So then you keep like a score system going, and you're like, oh, that's 2 for 0,
So is it more polite to like keep your eyes down away from the person? Like it's just up to whoever's there.
You gotta do the head nod at least. Like,
Yeah.
I acknowledge your existence. What's up?
I'm
What
a
if they just
human,
had a
you're
poop?
human.
You're like, keep walking, keep walking. You have
Yeah.
destination, you have
Right.
destination. No, come on, you gotta be rude sometimes.
We didn't think of that yet.
No, maybe that's it.
We
That's
should
what
be
I'm
more
here for.
considerate.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in a public place just holding it in, just like, go, 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 go. Oh, that was my grandma.
I'll write her a card later.
I'll write her a card later. But you guys are releasing a new album that will probably be released when this is released, actually. So that's
Yeah.
exciting. Happy release.
Yay! Thanks. Yeah, April 6th is when it hits. So
Cool. Friday, April 6th.
Yeah.
And what's that called?
it's called Hazy. So it's also the name of the first single that's off the album.
Which
Yeah.
is also listened to it on most everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there's things out there I don't know about. I think it's on
It's
everything.
like everything but title.
Title, yeah. Yeah.
You never know, you might be on there. I think David said that String Machine is on Tidal.
Really? Wow.
You never
So you
know.
know like Jay-Z personally then.
Yeah, maybe. No, I thought it'd be. But you want to talk about the recording process of that? You guys were in a
Yeah.
studio for a long time.
Yeah,
Right?
it took about a year to record everything and get it going to the end, mixing and mastering. It was an awesome experience. We worked with a producer named Jim Wirt. He did Fiona Apple's Tidal, Incubus, Hubasync, Jack's Mannequin. He used to be out in LA and now he's in Cleveland, which is really awesome. So that made the process really easy because we could just go to the studio that was 15 minutes away from our house. And then record over a weekend or even on a weeknight and then go back home and reconvene like a week later. So it wasn't like we had to cram everything into a week or two and we could really take our time. But it was really great. It was awesome working at such a professional level like that. I wasn't used to that. I'm like, you do 4 takes and you take the best take and you move on. And it's like, no, you take as many takes as you need to till it sounds perfect.
Yeah, we worked in a studio for the first time when we moved back with Doom Gospel with Matt Berry, and I've never worked with a producer like that before. Just we'd all be like, I think that's it. He'd be like, nah, you should do it again, one more take, and he became part of the band and getting the best out of the band.
Yes. It was like a boot camp, kind of. I remember, by the time I was out, I'm like, I don't know how to play guitar anymore. You know what I mean? Because he would even, at some point in time, we'd have to, tune to different, chords, up on the neck, because the intonation would be slightly off, and, he's really good with, tuning. So we have to, tune to certain chords and stuff to make sure that it was perfectly in tune. And I remember being like, oh, wow, this is a lot of work. And then when I heard it, I was like, it was worth it. But, yeah, I think, what was your guys' experience with being in the studio? Did you guys like it, or?
Yeah, I mean, working with Jim was really great because he really, in the past when we did our own stuff, we also had to try and punch in or do all the equipment and the mics, and he had that covered completely. And he's got a great ear, and he was also I was a little worried that maybe once we got in and you kind of break the songs apart and focused on maybe my guitar part, he would be shaking his head no maybe or something. But he was really supportive of everything we were doing. And then you said, but he also said that we could always do a little bit better without saying that we were bad.
There's a difference between having the guy banging his head in the corner and liking it, but also being you can do better.
I know you can do better.
They're vibing on it, but also there's a standard.
Yeah.
It's good to work with someone who has a standard for your art like you do.
Yeah. And he genuinely liked our music a lot. So it was a really good time.
It's nice when someone you respect like that likes your tunes.
Weird.
Weird.
I was he was like, oh, yeah, at some point he's like, this is one of my favorite albums that I've worked on. I was just like, no, it's not. I was like, he's in his 60s, or he just turned 60, and it's just seeing all the, different albums he's done, and it's just And we were talking to the other guy, does he say that to everybody? And then he was like, no, and I was just like, this is weird.
You gotta believe him.
Yeah, right? I was like, oh, really? I was like, okay, that's cool.
Gotta believe him. Did they have any crazy gear at the studio you got to use that you would never have used otherwise?
Yeah, we got to use so many pedals. Our friend Frankie Ronaldo helped us out a lot to use our guitar tech. So we'd be turning the knobs. We didn't even have to really focus too much even on that kind of aspects of stuff.
Yeah, someone down.
Yeah, on the ground, yeah.
Which is awesome.
And we also got to play through some Dr. Z amps. One which wasn't released yet. It was what was it? It was a Marshall.
It was a Marshall style blues breaker kind of amp or something like that. But yeah, it hadn't quite been released yet, but they had. they had it in the studio because they were gonna make some demos or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool. And the mic I sang through was like a tube amp mic thing, and it's like
It was like $1,000.
It was like $1,000. I was like, oh wow. I'm like used to SM57s, so don't touch it.
Well, I would never want to touch someone's expensive mic. We were just talking to Jay Canner on the podcast. He's a producer. He was in Denora, and he's down in Gibsonia, and he was like, we were Stream Machine's thinking about recording there. And he's like, I got a trumpet mic, and I was like, I don't want to break that mic, but I want to try out that mic.
Yeah, you totally should.
Anyway, so yesterday you guys were playing new songs off the album, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
What was the second to last track? I love that song.
The drum.
It was Take a Break.
Did you take a break? That's not on an
Yeah.
album.
I mean, I love all the songs, of course. Hazy,
But well, actually, we might be going in and recording some of that. We've been talking to them, and even Jim was already like, he's like, I want to get you back in the studio, like, to play some of the newer stuff too.
of course, I would point out the one that's not on the
Yeah, I know. But I
But
think
you're all like getting into the guitar
Oh,
and going
it's-
back and singing that one.
that, and that's why we play it, is because it's literally, for me, it's it like lifts my mood up so much when we play it. Like, it's the funnest song to play. So I think we will, because we love playing it so much, like, we have to record it so we can keep playing it in our live set.
Yeah,
So that might be the next single. We'll see.
7-inch.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I would love that.
But so you guys are on your 5th day of this run?
Yeah.
Did I call it right?
Yeah. This is day 5.
I totally guessed. There's a couple ones before this one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Any interesting stories? Or maybe just some good experiences?
So we have some nicknames that have come up throughout this
I
tour
love
so
tour
far.
nicknames.
So,
I can't wait to have a tour nickname.
oh, it's been great.
Me
Some of
too.
us are still waiting for them,
Still waiting for
and
it,
not
too.
bitter at all.
Poor
We tried to
kid.
force a few, and it just wasn't right.
You can't force a nickname.
No. So this is Alex, aka Saucy Fingers.
We
Saucy fingers.
we went to late night slice late when we were in Columbus, and we're standing in line for what was like 30 or 40 minutes to get like a couple slices of pizza, and I was just desperate. So they have like these jars of sauce, this like unicorn sauce or garlic sauce, and I just start dumping them on my finger and licking them up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
At like 1:30.
It was so good.
It was so-
It was like Saucy Fingers, and that was the first one.
That's why we're saucy fingers.
It's just like if I were in a jam band, my name would be Saucy Fingers forever. Like,
Oh yeah, you just bouncing off those strings. Saucy fingers. Spicy. Woo! Everybody's steaming. Get the rags. You get start. Your merch will be like sweat rags.
Yeah.
What are some other nicknames?
I guess mine's Rocket Fizz.
Alicia's is Rocket Fizz, which Rocket Fizz is like a candy store in Columbus that we went into when we were down there. And then, because she always crosses streets, like, dangerously. Like she's across the street and the rest of us are like, how did she get over there? Like, she'll go across and then 2 cars will zoom by, like, real Frogger style. And, like,
I'm that person. in
we
the
didn't
group,
make
too.
it. And she's
And I'm just standing like,
I'm like, come on, guys.
yeah. We're just,
Hi-ho, River, come on.
So she's Rocket Fizz. Plus she's got purple hair.
Yeah.
It's like a candy bar or something. I don't know.
Thanks. Like Willy Wonka.
Like rock candy.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Like rock
rock
candy.
candy.
Yeah.
Keyword rock.
I know that's.
Rocket Fizz.
I'm gonna preach it. Punch Drunk Tagalongs, bringing back rock. I want rock, more rock in basements. That's what I want. Well,
Yeah.
obviously out of basements.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll see the light.
Just rock and roll everywhere. But you got a nickname?
Yeah, I think it's the Naked Floor Sleeper.
Yep.
From Direct.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I don't require much to exist. I just need like a nice spot of carpet to sleep on. I can sleep anywhere. And I don't really need food either. I just need a smoothie, naked, like smoothie drinks. So like one of those and like 3 hours of sleep on a floor. I'm good to go for another 24.
Another 24.
It's pretty intense. I don't know. It does it. Like yesterday, we're all like finally eating at like 6, and we're like, "You didn't eat today, did you?" And he's like, Who's nakeds?
I had 2 nakeds that day. A blueberry one and the orange one.
There you
It's
go.
great, very healthy. No scurvy.
No scurvy. Keeping you alert, feeding the brain. And another thing is, just making sure, remembering that that's all you need. You don't need more. You don't need your thoughts muddying it up. I like your mental strength.
Monk style. I need no food. I need no bed.
I need nothing. I have nothing.
I am my drumsticks. My drumsticks are me.
And my drumsticks are chopsticks.
Oh, yeah.
You could write the best instructional book. It'd be like 3 pages because that's all you need. You got
Right.
you only need a few steps.
Just chill, drink some water. That's really it. Those are the only 2 steps. Just wherever you're at, just chill. Don't ask for stuff, and then just drink some water.
Don't ask for stuff and drink for water. It works out because you got 2 pieces of French toast handed to you today.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
coffee. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I even got an air mattress last night. It was a
You did
fantastic
get
Yeah.
your mattress. It was a fantastic.
Wasn't a
I
floor
like
sleeper
you,
last
Wes.
night.
So let's jump back to the album a little bit. Is there any overarching themes or anything that goes through the album that you want to talk about? Or
I say the word hazy a lot, actually. We had realized that it's in 3 different songs or 2 different songs. I think technically.
I can't remember.
I can't remember now, but it is in different songs. And I would say a lot of the songs are from demos, so that we had created before. So a lot of them are at least 2 years, 2.5, maybe 3 years old, as far as the songs are. But then there's some new ones on there too. So it's kind of honestly a hodgepodge of stuff. But yeah, I mean, each song kind of has its own different topic. No really overarching topics. I wish I was that brilliant, but
no, it's okay.
maybe the sophomore album.
Concept album stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, any other interesting stories from the studio or anything? Any wow, drunken we gotta do this, we can't do it.
There's 2 things that kind of stick out to me. One of them was so Bodies in Heaps is a song that we've played and it was on an old demo and we're in the studio and then Jim was just this bridge, I'm not really digging it, and same with our guy at the label, and they're we're just not sure about that bridge. They're you need to write a new bridge, and we're all kind of okay. Yeah, I mean, we've been playing the song for 2 years, just this, but at some point in time, you do have to trust your producer, and you're this is what you do, and this is what we're here for. So even though it's hard to hear that this bridge sucks, we should try to go back to the drawing table. So we kind of worked with him a little bit on it and kind of did some random stuff and then ended up being a really awesome bridge.
Yeah.
And there's this moment when we were in the studio and it came together and we're yeah. And they got to actually mess with some pedals while I was singing and we put my vocals through guitar pedals and that was really fun.
Yeah, it was the Big Commander and the Sea Machine.
Yeah, some weird stuff. So that was really cool and really fun. The other time, I just remember Frankie coming in that one day.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock, and he was I did a lot of things last night.
And he had he had some bear, this big stuffed animal on the side of his arm that I guess he had found in the alleyway that he just grabbed. A coffee. He was holding the coffee with his teeth. So the coffee with his teeth, and then I think more beer in his right hand, and just kind of came through the door, and we're whoa, what happened to you?
Sunglasses were on.
Sunglasses were on still, yeah.
And who was
it was
this?
rock and roll. Our friend Frankie Moraldo.
He's in another Cleveland band that's really awesome called Knights. They're really influenced by shoegaze stuff, My Bloody Valentine or Slow Dive.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Brooklyn has a great shoegaze scene. A lot of good bands. I love shoegaze. What are they called? Knights? Just
NIGHTS.
they just changed it though. NIIGHTS.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess I'm not the super fan that I thought I was.
Sorry to break it to you. They just changed it on Facebook. So
cool. Hey, I never asked it earlier, so I'm gonna ask it now,
Yeah.
closer to the end of the interview. How'd you guys meet?
so through friends, and then I'm dating Caleb. Did you know? Some people don't know, but then some people who don't know are like, "Are you dating the guitarist?" I'm like, "Did I do something weird on stage?" Like, I'm like, I guess, yeah, I am. What did I do?
Like you guys
so-
totally
You
made
winking
out
at
for
me or
like.
something?
Yeah, I'm like, am I doing something? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, we were dating, and then Alex just like appeared in my life and Caleb's life randomly at different times before that. So like I knew of Alex, and then we like after me and Caleb started dating, we started just seeing Alex around more and more, and started hanging out with him. And he started sleeping on my couch sometimes.
Yeah,
and-
it was like. We both started doing like open mics because I was in a previous band, but we were breaking up, so I was looking for new people to play with. And whenever like
always in
Alicia
this
would
plan.
play, she was always the one in my mind that I was like, out of anybody here, I would want to play with her.
Well, you manifested it.
Yeah.
Because then one day I was like, "You want to play bass in this band I'm
And
starting?"
I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah.
Like
He's like,
sets fire to whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
It seriously
He
took
did.
like half a year before she asked.
Yeah, and no, he did set fire. I mean, we had a weekend tour early on, and he just quit his job so they could do the weekend mini tour.
Oh, yeah.
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 And then Wes was like a friend of a friend, more of a like acquaintance. Like I knew of him, didn't really talk too much. I'd be like, "Hi, Wes," and he'd be like, "Hi," and that was it. But
Typical, very on brand me.
very mysterious.
It was mostly I had a practice spot. I know they had gotten rid of their previous drummer, which means they practiced there. Didn't have a place to practice, and I had a spot already, so I invited them to there. And I was like, well, I could probably play drums also.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
like.
actually, yeah,
I was like, "Do you know anyone who could play drums?" Or I said something to you, and then I remember you being like, I could play drums." And then I was like, "Oh my god, I'm such an asshole." Yes, let's try it. And Wes was like great from like day one. Like just like took it serious. Like
Had
did his
notes?
homework, had his notes. I'm not sure I told you, but like when I saw the notes, I was like, okay.
Okay. I don't want to waste my time either.
Yeah.
He knew like 8 of the songs like almost perfectly the first time he came in.
Well, you had come to our shows too.
Right. I've
So-
been there. You guys played Expiration Date. I was like, that's a pretty good song. And it was like the next 2 weeks that you needed a drummer. I was like, yeah, all right. I see some potential.
So yeah, it was great. And then he asked us to go study a few months
We've been
in.
married
So
ever since.
yeah.
And how many years has this been?
He's gonna be his year anniversary
It's my birthday tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Aries.
Yeah, so we're thinking about maybe
Very
celebrating.
reserved Aries.
Well, my band birthday.
Oh, your band birthday.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that could be
I
different.
thought it was going to be on the same thing. That would have been very cosmic.
No, but
When's
PDT's
your actual
birthday is on
birthday?
my birthday.
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay.
November. Sag.
But yeah, PDT's birthday is actually on my birthday because our first show was like my birthday show. But yeah, so his anniversary is tomorrow.
Looking
So
forward to a cake, hopefully.
yep, we're hopefully gonna maybe get a cake. Expectations are very high, obviously.
Will you
Cake
be
is
in Philly?
acceptable.
We'll be in DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cupcake. It doesn't have to be big.
Yeah, it just
Needs to
we
have a
definitely
cupcake,
should.
It just has to be big enough for a stripper to pop out of.
Preferably.
You might need more than a cupcake.
It's a very big cup.
Not much cake. I'm sorry.
That's so good.
So you guys are going to Erie today,
Yeah.
and then DC, and then New York.
Philadelphia
Then I knew there was a Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Then New York.
and New York.
Cool. 2 dates in New York. Playing. I've heard pianos
Mm-hmm.
before. Is that in Manhattan?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What's the other venue?
Secret Loft. So it's like a really long story, but me and Caleb went to New York. It was actually as of yesterday, like 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago. And we went there and we went to find an Airbnb, and I'm like, I found this like, you know, artist loft in the Bushwick area. Let's check this out. That looks fun. So we stayed with them, and they like threw like crazy house parties, DJ sets, and comedy nights. Like almost every night we were there, they had like ragers. I went to like 4 or 5 a.m. But they're all artists, so we became like friends with them. I like to think we're friends. I don't know, for acquaintances maybe. I don't know if we're on that level yet. And I asked him then if we could, you know, play a show at Secret Loft. So it's since then moved. It's not in Bushwick anymore. It's in Greenwich Village.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, people like buy their tickets online and then they like give you the address like the day of. Keep it secretive. So yeah.
And now, is there a separate place to like sleep and stuff, or it's like Rangers to 4, like in
I think we'll be sleeping somewhere else. So we'll
But when
see.
like you guys stayed there, was it like
Yeah, you didn't
where you
escape
were
it.
staying?
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't
yeah. We're
Caleb
like,
was
wow.
no, you did not escape it.
No.
We were like, where are we? Like, I remember there's this one party, and it was like it was like a dinosaur party.
Yeah, like a what's the word? Prehistoric party.
Prehistoric party, and everyone's dressed up as like cavemen, cave women,
Some
and
people just
dinosaurs.
walk around with just some placed leaves on their body or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like that kind of thing.
And I just remember like walking in, and me and Caleb look at each other and be like, we're not Cleveland anymore. like,
Oh, New York.
the stuff doesn't happen where we're from.
No,
Like,
that only happens there. There's just it's its own world. So album drops the 6th, playing some shows. When's the release?
7th.
The 7th.
Yeah, and that will be with Knights and with our friends the Venus Flytraps. So,
What a good name.
yeah,
Venus
they're
Flytraps.
fun.
And then and what's after that?
After that, we'll be going on another tour end of June. So that will be about the same length as this. I think the same length as this.
You going the other way?
Yes. Yes. Hitting up like Chicago, maybe one city past that, and then there's nothing else. So you just come back down and
I
come back.
tried to get to Portland in 2 weeks. Like on my phone, I was like seeing like, could you do it like playing a gig every day? You would get there on the 13th day, and then like you'd be like, I'm in Portland. Now how do I get back to
Yeah.
PA?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it
There's a
out.
great divide there.
There's a great
You'd have
divide
to
there.
skip and drive and not play every night. Yeah.
Exactly. You just have to do some 10-hour days.
'Cause I just want to get to the West Coast. Just
Yeah.
check it out.
I
for a little
know.
bit, but eventually.
Exactly. That's our goal. We would love to get out there, but it just has to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, we also have some more shows at home and some festivals. I mean, literally, summer is right around the corner. Like, you know, right now we're like booking into like July and August, you know, for home. So, just like got stuff planned.
Shows, just playing shows, getting out there, seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Who comes up and says hi?
Yeah.
Cool.
'Cause that's when random things happen. When random people show up at shows. I mean, that's how we got signed to our label, kind of, was we played a show, and then Randy, who is at the label, just, like, came up to us, and he was like, good show, I really like you guys. You should come to the office. I am at a label, and we're like, who are you? Labels, what?
We were all pretty skeptical.
Well, very skeptical. But it worked out. But yeah, so it is, you know, sometimes you don't think there's anyone out there watching you, and it happens that people are watching, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, everything's cosmic. Everything's connected. Like Laura and I decided to do a quick trip home to play one show for our friend Sam Pellegrino's release show, and then we met all you
Yes.
lovely people, and then you come and played our backyard when we were living in Brooklyn, and then we stayed with you. I puked blood. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
You know, so I found that out, yeah.
I-
Last
I-
week, I was just like,
I want to take a moment to say this. If you ever hanging out with someone and you puke blood and it's not their fault or yours and it's just a thing that happened, tell them. Because they might want to know. To see if one, you're okay, and two, like maybe not drank the thing that made you puke. So I'm sorry that I was too embarrassed to text. It never even crossed my mind.
no, luckily it was just, I mean, not luckily, it was just you, but luckily it wasn't the wine. I'm like, so many people drank that wine, like.
I think it was
But-
just me. I don't do well with
Yeah.
alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
Like I had 3 tall boy PBRs last night and I was playing with fire.
Yeah,
But I'm fine today.
that's good.
But yes, don't just tell people shit. That's all. That's all. Tell your friends how you puked. But I made it home. We
Yeah,
got back and everything's good.
yeah. And we
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
even tell.
No, I
Cleaned
I
up
was
real
very, very meticulous in my cleaning.
I got better cleaning than it was. Oh no, we cleaned. People came over.
The
so.
only thing I did was I think I killed the roll of toilet paper, so I put a box of tissues in there. And I was like, I didn't know where the toilet paper was.
I didn't notice that.
I did it.
I
That's
don't know.
amazing. I love it.
But good luck with everything, guys.
Thanks for having us
Of
and
course.
letting us stay here and making us breakfast.
Of course. I love breakfast.
Overloaded on motherboard fried.
Have fun.
Picking up hunger, running night. Fresh as madmen, leading sheep. Ignorant words, bodies and heaps. Bodies and heaps. Bodies and heaps. Bodies and heaps.
Now, if the interview and the sound bits weren't enough for you, and if you're anywhere near Cleveland tomorrow, April 7th, head over to the Grog Shop around 9 p.m. to see the Punch Drunk Tagalong album release show with support from Knights and the Venus Flytraps. Tickets are on Ticketfly right now. They're only $10, and you should definitely be there. It's going to be a real cool night. Pick up a copy of the album, say hi to the band, give them a high five from me, and just have a good time. Support your local scene. Mine happens to be Pittsburgh, but yours might happen to be Cleveland, or yours might happen to be in Wisconsin. I don't know. But go support local music, support Punch Drunk Tagalongs, like them on Facebook and all that stuff. And don't forget to follow us and subscribe if you use Google Play or Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. We're on all that, and we're even on YouTube. So if you know someone who's a music fan, we're on a lot of stuff, so share it around and get them to listen to us. We'd really appreciate it. And a special thanks to SweetStatic.com and the Earthwalk Collective for sponsoring this thing and powering it, making me able to be a radio host, something I've always wanted to do, and I really enjoy it. And thank all the listeners for listening every week. We really appreciate you. It's growing every week, and we couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier to keep the static going forever. Well, I guess no static, but at this point I'm confusing myself. But anyway, this has been Ian Compton saying, see you later, everybody. Catch you next time.
No static.